leaning toward the Giants.
Yeah,
84% of the pickers are leaning in that direction.
Yeah.
I feel bad because I want Cam Newton and company to start winning. I mean, that dude deserves to win, but it's just like it just doesn't happen.
Does it happen at the hands of the Giants?
A part of me wants this to happen for them, simply because within the division the Giants lose again. But I just don't know that they've got enough weapons alongside Smitty and guys. I just something's not clicking with Carolina. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah. We've got Houston with a strong start, 2-0. Going to Baltimore, 1-1. Can Houston, with 71% people picking them, can they continue winning in Baltimore?
In Baltimore is going to be tough.
Yeah, that's the thing. Don't get caught up. I mean, I think this is a playoff preview game. I think that's how good this thing is. Baltimore, bouncing back. They got to figure out how to get points. And unfortunately, I think Houston's the wrong team to play because Houston could put up points in bunches on a bad day.
Houston's deal is they've been spotting teams like 20, 30 points before they start playing.
Yeah, and I don't understand it with that defense, and I don't think you can do that. I think the crowd in Baltimore makes a difference. And I think they'll make some noise, and Houston will turn it over once or twice, and Baltimore will do something with it. I'll take the Ravens simply because they're at home.
Atlanta, 1-1. A lot of people thought they'd be 2-0 right now. Going to Miami, who is 2-0, but still a lot of people thinking Atlanta has the edge.
It is a great start to the season. We talked about before the season that I thought that enough teams improved, enough teams stepped down. Atlanta was one of my teams where I thought they could make a serious run at it, but we knew that Miami was better. I don't think they're better enough to beat an Atlanta team that's looking for Super Bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Falcons on a road win.
How important is the way the NFL is set up in most, pro sports, set up the draft? Miami just a couple of years ago was the laughing stock of the league, and now here they are 2-0.
Well, I mean, they had a run, a few years ago where they actually, were a playoff caliber team. I just think their quarterback situation, and people talk about all the young guns in the league, but Ryan Tannehill is as good as anybody that they talk about when he talk about Kaepernick and Wilson and RG3. But Tannehill's special, and for him to be there, I just don't think he's Matt Ryan special. Atlanta's a little bit better.
Okay, we go to some 1-1 matchups. Buffalo at the Jets. Wow, that's a tough one.
That, quite frankly, I don't really love the game, but what E.J. Manuel did with that Buffalo team a week ago, and consecutive weeks where this young man has decided to make plays, he's going to be the better of the two young quarterbacks. These are both guys that were drafted in the first round. Both guys that this is a futures game. You know how you kind of watch the minor league all-stars. Well, with these two quarterbacks, these are future stars. I'm gonna say Buffalo simply because I love seeing Rex Ryan upset.
Indianapolis, San Francisco, again, 1-1 teams. In San Francisco, 94% of the people pick and have a lot of confidence in San Francisco.
I have just as much. I believe in it. I'm going to say the Niners. I like what Indy's doing, and you got a new horse, and you got a new weapon to play with in Richardson from Cleveland. But I just don't think they're ready to go into San Francisco. I still think San Francisco is the one of the three teams in the NFC that you need to look at.
I really think San Francisco, after that road loss in that I don't know what you want to call it, the sound stage, the sound hole, whatever that is, that they got spanked, they got embarrassed, and they're going to come out on fire at home.
Well, that sound hole, they're at home again this weekend, and 99% of the people picking say Seattle has no problem with Jacksonville.
Is this our sure lock? Is this the one we know for sure?
You don't want to burn Seattle early in the year.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's true.
You don't want to burn Seattle early in the year. If you're going to ask me that, I'm going to tell you to pick Minnesota as your lock, so that you get them off the board.
Okay, how about this? How about this lock question then? Does Jacksonville score?
They score. They score out of convenience. This is one of the things when the JV gets to play late in the game.
Gotcha. They'll score in the fourth quarter.
That's when Jacksonville scores.
Okay.
The Monday night game, Oakland at Denver. Does Oakland even have a chance, or is this just Denver all the way?
Look, those games tend to be brawls anyway, just from a rivalry standpoint. but there's nobody in football playing better than Denver right now. And it's Monday night, and it's at home, and that that building is going to be on fire. It may actually levitate off the ground the way the Broncos are playing. I don't think the Raiders have a chance. I'm picking Denver.
And don't forget, join us at Leatherheads Monday night. We'll be there watching the big game. Come down, join us. It's going to be fun.
There's a lot of people that think Roethlisberger and Pittsburgh are so done that they're saying put a nail in the coffin, get rid of the team, exit it from the NFL completely. Well, they're not even worth showing up.
And with their tough schedule, I don't know when their win's going to come.
Yeah, because Chicago's up for them this Sunday night.
Yeah, but, Mike Tomlin, look, I like the guy's swagger. And it's one thing to go on the road and battle. But Roethlisberger at home Sunday night, the Rolling Rock and the Iron City beer will be flowing wonderfully throughout the city. I just can't imagine that those fans are going to allow the black and gold to go down on a Sunday night. I pick Pittsburgh to get a win.
Wow.
And we're taking and the score we're picking is Pittsburgh 20, Chicago 17. It's going to be a little tight on defense. There will be some points scored, and it'll be a close game.
All right. And then you said for our pick, the Minnesota game, pick them for the sure winner.
Yeah, I just can't.
I hope so.
Well, I mean, if you look at the rest of the games, and I would also, I could go homer and pick Washington, but I'm going to save that one as well. I say go ahead and take Minnesota for this one. Let's have mixed boys come and do us proud.
Down in Happy Valley, we've got Utah traveling to BYU this Saturday night. What do you think of that matchup?
Oh, that old thing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
That old thing. Do they still play that? Do they still play that game?
They keep trying to make us forget. They're not even going to play the next couple years, but we're going to remember and play this year.
They're going to remember this one, and here's the thing: when a star player gets busted for going to Vegas and going to a local folk dancing club, and they're knocked out by the rival. Not only by a rival fan, but then the compliance department at the other school. I say wonderfully done on both sides in building a fire that needed the gas. I love what happened there. That people are actually pointing fingers at each other, and there's a little venom going on, a little vinegar added to this thing. Not that it was really necessary from the fan standpoint, but look. I like Utah. I like. There's something about the young man from BYU. He had a great game, but I saw him have a really bad game against the same type of defense that he's going to face Saturday night. And Wilson's vision. Well, the underscore for this thing is to watch the way Wilson sees over the line of scrimmage. Being a big, tall guy who's a little bit more athletic than people give him credit for, he's able to see things that other quarterbacks can't see, and I think that's a wonderful add-on. I think the Utes find a way again to knock down the boys from Provo. I'm picking the Utes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right on. And Real Salt Lake is at home tomorrow night, taking on San Jose. The kick is at 7.
And two things. One, if you're a college football fan there, look, get excited about the idea of Utah State going and knocking off and giving USC the business.
USC.
I think they will. I really do.
I love the matchup. I love it. I'm just saying. I think the Aggies have everything. They're unique enough offensively to go do some damage out there against USC. And then.
So is that Lane Kiffin's last game? If that happens.
I do, but that's everything. That's kind of why I'm giddy over it, because I think that kind of loss against that kind of program is what really sets the USC thing on fire. And everything in me says this is how this plays out, that Utah State goes in and gives them a business.
And does Utah State become legitimate by a win in USC to where now Utah and BYU all of a sudden are taking second stage to Utah State?
They're already legitimate. Look, when you have a guy that's being projected, second, third round, who may move up, look, Mr. Keaton's unique, and that system that they run is unique, and it's difficult to scheme against, especially when you don't see it all the time. So I think matchup problem. If Utah State gets up early, if they score 14 points in the first quarter, that thing's a wrap. Man, that building's going to leave, and they're going to boo and it'll become a Utah State home game if they score first.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, yep, have them get out early, and then make sure you watch Johnny Bones Jones. One of the, this is kind of another week of Mayweather versus Alvarez, the established star, the mega star versus the rising future star. Stick with the developed, established guy, Bones Jones, to win.
Right on. And that's a look at Sports with DP on KBR 101. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, I love you guys.